Guys, we failed. So, for those of you who've been watching the channel for a while, you know there was a time we used to spray the Trailblazer, and I guess from time to time we still do it, but there was a time where we'd spray with a lot of nitrous, and it went 1048, I think. Pretty strong ET considering, back then it was 100% stock motor with, 200 shot of nitrous. So, which kind of leads me into the fact that how I've got the Trailblazer set up is kind of like in between. I can change a couple things and run it on nitrous, or we can change a couple things and run it naturally aspirated. But it's not really optimized for one or the other. So what happens is when you have it set up like that, you leave ET on the table. And I thought going in, we were going to be able to set the Trailblazer SS, naturally aspirated, cam only record, with it set up like that. I was like, you know what? We'll leave a little bit of ET on the table. It'll be all right. We'll still get it. Well, that was back when I thought we would have it all together for the spring when the weather was good. Here we are. It's August, hot, humid, altitudes, 1,000 foot, 1,500 feet. It's just not going to work. Maybe how I have it set up now, when the weather cools off, maybe we could get that record. But frankly, I don't want to wait. I want to set the record now. So, we're going to change a couple things. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead. We are going to optimize this thing for naturally aspirated runs. So you guys know we went and we had left the nitrous converter in it, mainly because of a time thing. We were just scrambling, trying to get everything ready for the February race, and just ran out of time to switch converters or even get a converter built. So, called up Circle D. They hooked us up, got us a great converter. It definitely, 60 foot's a lot better now. I think it's about a tenth better in the 60 foot. Mile an hour is down just a touch of top end, so I don't know if maybe it's slipping a little bit up top, and I just need to send it back and just tweak it a little bit, which is kind of normal for, max effort torque converters. Or maybe just the fact that, we're comparing mile an hours from when the weather was good to mile an hours when the weather was nasty. It could be anything. So, or a combination of everything. But, we changed the converter, and it helped a lot. It got us, I think we won an 1173 at Charlotte, is what we ran when Mandy was driving. But guys, we're going to change things. I want to go ahead. I want to get this record. The record is an 1156. We are going to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start optimizing these gear ratios for the naturally aspirated setup. The Trailblazer, it's got a 410 gear in it from the factory. Left that in there because actually when we spray it on nitrous, that's about right where we want to be. Of course, cars, a lot faster. We're well into the 10s versus, middle of the 11s. So we're going to go ahead. We are going to take the 410 gear out of it, and we're going to go ahead. We're going to put a 456 gear in it. I was going over some of our data logs, and I'll be honest with you, we're leaving some ET on the table, not only on the 60 foot, but top end. Because what's happening is we're getting down there at top end. The motor's lugged down a little bit because, it's a cam only deal, so it's not making a lot of horsepower. So now we're going through the traps. I think third gear, we're going through at like 6,200, something like that. So I want to be probably another 400-500 RPM more. So we're going to change the gear. We're going to put a 456 in it. That's going to help us not only in the 60 foot, it's going to put us a lot better in our power band up top. So should be getting some ET on both ends of the racetrack. That's step one. Step two, weight. So with the weight, you guys know these Trailblazers are heavy. The gentleman who set the record, obviously, he had a very perfected setup, and I need to kind of start going more that direction as well to get this record for you guys. So we are going to go ahead. We are going to pull a little bit more weight out of the truck. We have done some weight reduction. I mean, obviously, we run the racing seat. We got the racing wheels and tires on it. Just kind of like a little punch list stuff here and there. But there is a little bit more weight that we are going to be taking out of it, and we'll do a video on that. That way, for those of you who do have a Trailblazer SS platform, you can kind of copy that and see what we do here. So we're going to take a little bit more weight out of it because it's a little bit heavy for trying to set a bunch of records. So I do want to kind of focus on doing that. And then I think what we're going to do is once we make those changes, we'll go ahead, we'll take it to the racetrack, and we'll get some data from those changes. And then from there, we'll probably tweak that torque converter just a little bit. So I do want to go ahead and get the new gear in it before we make any rash decisions on the torque converter change. Reason being, when we put that 456 gear in that, it's actually going to act like the torque converter is a little bit tighter. So I do want to go ahead, run it with that, get some numbers, and then maybe we'll look into maybe just kind of fine-tuning that converter a little bit. And then from there, you know, really with those 3 changes, I think we'll have enough, even with this hot weather, I think we'll have enough to get that record. But guys, I'm bound and determined to do that because I actually got some other plans that I want to do after that. Been strongly considering put a set of LS3 heads on that motor after we get the record, and maybe shoot for the head cam record for a Trailblazer SS, which I think that's well into like the 1120s or maybe even like high 11 teens. Don't quote me, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. So I don't know. We were on vacation. I got thinking, I was like, man, we got to revise some stuff. Like, I want to do this. I want to do this right. And when I say set the record, I mean, I don't want to run 1155. Like, I want to, like, set the record. Like, I love to run some, like, maybe low 1140s or something like that. But guys, I just want to talk to you real quick, kind of give you an idea of what I was thinking. Obviously, we've got a lot of work to do on this car back here. And then we'll go ahead, we'll jump back on that Trailblazer, get those things knocked out, see where we're at. Guys, we are going to be going to the track. Let's see here. 3rd week of August. I think it's like the 19th and the 20th. So streetcar takeover at Virginia Motorsports Park. If you are going to be there, please stop by the trailer. Would love to meet you guys. Had a couple of you stopping by the trailer at Streetcar Takeover Charlotte. That was awesome. I don't know, when having that real life support in person, it's awesome. It fires me up. So if you're going to be at Streetcar Takeover Virginia, stop by, say hey to Chuck, say hey to me, say hey to Mandy. Would love to meet you guys. Hopefully we can go some rounds there. Mandy is sitting, I think, 5th or 6th in points at Streetcar Takeover, and I think we only did that one race this year. So we might go ahead and obviously we're going to be at Virginia Motorsports Park, and we might hit one more, just kind of depending on how we do at VMP. So we got one more on our radar for this year. Then, of course, we got Diesel Truck Wars in the fall. And then the big one, we've got Hot Rod Drag Week coming up. Let's see here. That's it's like mid-September. So definitely if you're going to be at Drag Week, make sure you stop by. We're not going to be running the Trailblazer. We're just going to be running the Cadillac. But in the meantime, guys, again, wanted to fill you in, let you know where we're at, kind of what's on the horizon. So be looking out for that. And as always, we appreciate you watching the videos. We'll catch you on the next one.